everybody. And this is This Week with the Roses. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Kelly. And today is Sunday, December 19th, 2021. 1 week before Christmas.
Yep. 1 week away.
Trying to be a little bit Christmassy festive here.
Changed our view. This is our actual fireplace.
It's our fireplace.
The stockings are already hung by the chimney with care.
Yes. And actually, we'll talk about this a little bit in the episode, some of the things behind us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we started our weekend off with a trip to New Kent.
Yeah.
And Charles City to visit with the Rose family.
Let's go back a little further in the week. We picked up your sister Jen on Wednesday at the airport. Spent a couple days with her, had a good time, and took her to go see some lights at the KOA on General Booth Boulevard. If you get a chance, it's a nice show.
Yeah, we had fun with that.
Yeah. And then she and my mother and father-in-law, your mom and dad, took off for Georgia. So they're doing the whole season.
The McGuff family Christmas in Georgia.
Yeah.
And we're doing the Rose family Christmas here in Virginia.
There we go. And Mike.
He's an honorary Rose family member today.
There you go.
Or this weekend. But always.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they got that done. And then we went to New Kent yesterday and had Little Christmas.
Now, what Little Christmas is, we used to always have Christmas at my brother Tommy's house because Tommy had kids. So it was just a necessity that we did Christmas there. But then I got a job at a call center, and actually Cox is a 24/7 call center. So inevitably you're going to work a holiday sooner or later. And couldn't do Christmas with the family unless we moved the day to another day. And that's where Little Christmas was born. Especially when they all moved to Hatteras Island and was living down there. We would have a Little Christmas where I'd take the trip down to the island and, did whatever gift exchange and everything else. And it was a lot of fun. And it was a tradition we kept. A few Christmases we actually did have Christmas Eve or Christmas Day together.
Yeah, not normally though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to see Billy and Jen's house that they have worked hard on.
And it looks awesome.
Redoing. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Really pretty. They did a great job.
They did a really, really good job. They were talking big, and they had some unique furniture. My sister-in-law Jen is very much into, I guess,
refinishing or repurposing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's really good at it.
Yeah.
Really, really good at it.
I hadn't even realized, but Billy had our old buffet stand that we had in the house forever. And she redid it. It was beautiful, actually. And she found another bit of furniture that sort of matched it.
No, it did match it.
Yeah. And she did that up the same, and it was gorgeous. She should have took pictures of it.
We really should have.
No.
We're really bad about taking pictures.
Yeah,
it's really, we're not good about that. And then we went to Tommy and Darlene's and spent some time there with
my great nephews.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my nephew has two boys, and they've never really taken a shine to us.
We don't spend a lot of time around them. They don't really know us.
Right.
But Mason went right to you yesterday. You were like his favorite thing.
Yeah, he almost choked me out, though. He gets this little iPad, and he's like trying to watch it. He puts it on my chest. And then he decides to go in for the hug. Well, he's pushing this iPad into my neck, and he's pulling my head down. And I'm like, he's choking me. He's actually choking me.
Kevin is so uncomfortable when little kids are clinging on him. And but it was funny. Yeah. And we got to see Tabitha and Mike.
My niece Tabitha.
So that was good. And spent some time with Tommy and Darlene's. It was nice. Had dinner.
It was very nice. It was really good. We just went and got pizza at their local pizza joint up there, but it was really nice.
Yeah,
it was real good.
We had a nice time.
Yeah.
And the drive there and the drive back were uneventful. No traffic.
Yeah.
Really, it was kind of a surprise.
Yeah. Darlene, keeping up with my mom's traditions, she had the show up bag or show up basket, where if you show up, you get you get 3 items, and one of them is always poopery. Poopery, which is a product that it's on QVC all the time, but you can get it just about anywhere now, which I think is amazing product for what it is. You buy it, you spend money on this, you spray it into your toilet, you piss and shit on it, and flush it down the toilet.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. But it's a really effective air freshener. Like, it smells really nice. Plus, the deed that you're doing that would cause the odor in the bathroom immediately gets immersed in this waxy spray.
We don't need so many details. I think
it's a brilliant product. Understand. It is a brilliant product, and they've sold millions of dollars of it for something that you literally use the bathroom on and flush down the toilet. It is brilliant. It's really absolutely fantastically genius idea. So,
and then the other thing, if you can see, like right here behind us, there's a reindeer and a Christmas tree and a little elf that light up. We've gotten a different piece of that.
Yeah, we've completed the set this year.
I don't know. Is that a set? I don't know if there's other pieces.
Because the other two were there too.
Oh, they were. Yeah. Okay.
So the last couple of years, we picked up the other sets, and it was right. It was great. It was just a little tribute to my mom. That was, my sister-in-law's picked up the torch from, and that's awesome.
Yeah. So that was that, and then we came home, and now we're just kind of trying to finish this last couple of days of work.
Yeah. You got Tuesday and Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday. Really salty about it.
Yeah.
Because literally everybody, I must have been asked three times yesterday, "Oh, are you glad to be on vacation?"
No.
I'm like, no,
we're not on vacation.
Not on vacation. Everybody, we'll be fine. We'll get through it. So we're gonna do a Christmas episode.
We're doing the Christmas episode.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about our favorite traditions of Christmas.
Sure.
And then I thought, this just came to me, but instead of like our top 5, we haven't done a top 5 in a while. Mm-hmm. Maybe this year we'll do top 5 ornaments on our Christmas tree.
There we go.
Your top 5 and my top 5, and we'll just videotape us showing our ornaments. So that'll be in the middle. And I know our camera, it feels like we're really, really at the bottom, but I have it angled up because I want to show you some of the things on the mantle.
Yeah.
So we talked about these things here in the middle that are pieces that over the years we've collected from your mom and her little basket of, choose something. The Santa here and the Mrs. Claus here, those my mom painted before I was born. Mm-hmm. So they are older than I am. The Santa is sitting on a music box, and it's been so long since we even played the music box. Mm-hmm. And it's a little worse for wear, but still together, and they get packaged with care.
Yeah,
big time during when we clean up. The Santa, like I'm really horrible with that, but there we go, the Irish Santa right there. We have a little collection of Irish Santas.
There's some on the tree.
Here and there, we have some on the tree. We kind of love our Santa Claus around here. Mm-hmm. Now, the stockings, with the exception of Tilly's stocking right in the middle, all the other stockings I made.
That's right.
When I was in my quilting phase. So this was one of my little quilting projects that I did. And so I made a whole set for our family and a set for the McGuffs that finally made it to Georgia this year after, I don't know, 3 years or so.
Mm-hmm. Right here is a little classroom that, I don't know who gave you that.
A little classroom.
That's
Santa by a fireplace.
Oh, well,
nice job.
I always think it looks like a little classroom because the way the little girl's sitting makes me think of she's in the classroom.
I know.
And then the snowman is just a snowman.
Yeah. So what's one of your favorite, like from your childhood? What do you remember from Christmas?
Well, we used to always get a real tree.
Okay.
We used to go to this farm out off of Manning Road in Suffolk. I'm pretty sure it's still there because it's one of the more popular spots. Mm-hmm. And then after we get the tree decorated, we would always do the trek to Mike's Train Land, which is kind of on the line where Suffolk and Chesapeake meet. And then you go into Chesapeake, and that's where Coleman's nursery was. Now, I'm sure any of you folks that lived in the area during that time frame, 80s, 90s, into the 90s, about mid-90s, they finally all shut down. Mike's and Coleman's shut down. But it was a magical wonderland to walk through.
I'm going to tilt this down now that we've kind of looked at that
we've covered all the stuff.
Yeah, there we go. Oh,
Coleman's nursery had all these little animatronic setups.
I loved Coleman's Nursery. I remember going there as a kid too.
Yeah, they had different buildings you walked through, and then the middle areas were all done up, and they had
like
hot
crafty
stuff.
Christmas decorations and ornaments, and
and they sold a lot of it.
And the Santa Claus. I remember.
Santa Claus,
read a funny story about the Santa at Coleman's Nursery.
Really?
Yeah, they had the big candy, like lollipops, those flat spiral lollipops and stuff, and that wasn't something you ever really got. So I remember my sister was young, maybe 2 or 3, and she had this lollipop, and they went to put her in Santa's lap, and Jen didn't like strangers when she was young. Completely different from now that she's older, but she had this lollipop which ended up all in Santa's beard. That poor Santa. Thank God it was a real beard. Could you imagine?
Oh my God.
If she had pulled it. Although, I don't know, he was probably wishing it had been fake at the time. But yeah, that was funny.
There was that, and then when I was older, my dad got it in his head. We had these blowform nativity scene, the old school plastic with the light bulbs in them. Mary, Joseph, the baby, some animals, the 3 wise men, a shepherd, an angel, a star, and a couple other things. There was a camel. Anyway, but he wanted to do it up. So we would go out and we bought a big 2 pieces of plyboard and a couple of posts. So we built the structure for it was basically like a lean-to. Then we would find like 2 or 3 bales of hay, and spread some all around the bottom, and put like a roof, like a real deal hay roof on the top. Set up a pole, PVC pole, and we would rig it up so it would stand straight up with some rope that tied to the structure and to the ground to hold it in place, along with being in the ground, and put the star on top of it. I mean, we were doing the whole thing, and then of course all the stuff. And I mean, it was good enough that if you didn't really, you're just looking for shelter, you could use it as a shelter. It was pretty good. And so we built it fresh every year, and had to find the hay, and we never went to the same place twice to get hay, because for whatever reason we just couldn't find the same place twice to go get the hay. It was such a great thing. But then we stopped doing that when they moved to Hatteras. And last year, I started thinking about it, and I wanted to do it. And I found an inflatable nativity scene.
That wasn't last year.
That was a couple years
ago. That
ago.
was a few years ago.
Yeah. Your mom and dad were
gone.
We
snuck it in the yard when they were gone.
Yeah.
Because they were great. Like, no more inflatables.
Yeah, and your mom was dead set against the
She was
nativity.
Against the inflatable nativity.
Yeah, she was not.
She would not have been against the nativity, but she did not like the inflatable ones.
Yeah,
but we did it anyway.
I didn't give a shit. I got one, and there's a couple cool pictures of me on Facebook. We'll probably put them somewhere in the video.
Put them in here somewhere.
Yeah, so maybe they'll be right here. Maybe I don't know, probably but probably not. I'm pointing at nothing. Anyway, that was cool. But we're trying to find one, and we saw one. We went out.
Well, you saw one that was like okay at Big Lots.
Yeah.
And when you went back to get it, they wouldn't sell you the floor model.
Yeah, they only had the floor
we've
model.
since seen that one lit up somewhere, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it ended up being too cheap.
I think we need to this year needs to be the year we look for the like white plywood piece ones that they have that you light up with a floodlight, because those are really
They have a couple of them. So a couple of them are smaller, which I'm all right with the smaller one. And then we saw one while we were driving around Courthouse Estates. Just get a chance, go out to Courthouse Estates. There's a bunch of houses out there decorated. It's real nice. But there was one where there was 2 separate houses. One had a big nativity scene with all of it. It
took up their whole yard.
Yeah.
It was really pretty.
Yeah.
We saw that one online, but it was only $700.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that.
You can add us in our Cash App to help us with that.
Yeah,
we'll put the link in the description. And then we saw something that we took your mom and dad to go see.
The giant sleigh with the Santa and the reindeer.
It had a life-size
the best.
It wasn't cardboard. It was
plywood, like white,
painted white.
Yeah.
Full size, not even like miniature. It was like a real deal scale.
Huge. Like if you could, it would be bigger than you if you stood up next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huge. It was awesome.
You could probably real deal sit in.
And we have a big yard. Like that would be so nice in our yard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can make that
We'd
work.
have to get a storage unit, though, to store it because
Or a shed.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
Sooner or later, we're going to get a shed. And then again, that'll be in the Cash App that you can add us.
Anyway, when I was a kid, Christmas midnight mass was a thing.
Yeah.
And so we would go to midnight mass Christmas Eve. I have very, very fond memories of that.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about like just a peaceful feeling, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tilly. You don't like the midnight mass idea, Tilly? Okay.
What are you doing?
Okay. She said I was sleeping and I heard Uncle Mike. Go get him. This is the not so good benefit of recording where we are because she's not going to be quiet.
Yep. Tilly,
I remember Michael falling asleep at midnight mass once and hitting his head on the key. Tilly.
Come here.
Let's calm her down.
Come here.
All right. Thank you.
She's right here at our feet. Come here. No?
She heard Michael thumping around back there. Yeah. All right. And then we always had lights and stuff up on the house. So decorating the house was always, a thing. And then we had a live Christmas tree for a little while. Mm-hmm. And until my brother, I don't know how old I was. Before I was a teenager. Then we went to a fake tree because of allergies.
Yeah.
My sister is allergic to everything under the sun. So, but I remember I don't remember the name of the place, but there was this man that always had his tree lot in the same spot every year. And we would go early in the morning. And preferably if it was a crappy day, like today, would have been the perfect day to go when it's rainy and kind of chilly. And I specifically remember one year where we could smell him cooking his breakfast in the little trailer he was living in on the tree lot. And so we're like looking around and he came out. It's kind of misty, rainy, cold. Mm. And trying to get my brother and my sister and I to agree on a Christmas tree was impossible. So this poor guy was trekking trees and standing them next to each other. Four of us, all except for my sister, had decided on this tree. So the guy was like so happy. And Dad's like, well, we need Jennifer to come look at it. So Jen comes over and she goes, I hate that tree. And the guy got so mad. He like threw his hat down and he's like, I'll give it to you for $30. It was like Dad's big thing to like get the guy at his most inconvenient time and be such a pain in the neck that he'll just give us the tree for next to nothing. So that was that until we got the fake tree. And, for years it was up on like a platform and we had the houses or the train underneath it and it rotated and all that kind of stuff. But I can remember like it was yesterday walking around that tree lot, everybody picking a different tree. So those kind of things, that you remember. My dad used to have this like strap of bells that he would ring unbeknownst to us, like at night on Christmas Eve. And when that stopped, we were all like, oh, like we missed hearing the bells. And he's like, no one ever said anything about the bells, before. And it's just that magic that my parents were really good at.
I had a moment like that I clearly remember this when I was 5. But I decided I was going to sleep in the room with the tree and everything because I was going to catch Santa. Of course,
they let you do that?
Yeah, because they knew.
Did they give you?
I'm a rose boy. What do we all do?
You sleep. But you're awake at the drop of a hat.
But I wasn't. I fell
they gave
asleep.
You Benadryl.
I don't know what they did, but I fell asleep. And of course, it's my mom, so the room's filled with stuff. Mm-hmm. And I had a teddy bear under my arm when I woke up. And I was like, that was all. I still remember that was clearly one of the best Christmases.
When we lived in upstate New York, we had gone out on Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. I was really young because I was like 4 when we moved to Virginia. Mm-hmm. But we had gone out on Christmas Eve, and when we came back, and it was snow, like New York, in upstate New York, it was snow. You'd shovel everything out. We were walking up the front walk, and we had a big picture window with the Christmas tree, and Santa Claus was in the house putting presents under the tree. And I remember like with my mom and dad just sitting there watching Santa put the presents under the tree. And
That's
I mean, it
awesome.
was just like, oh my God. But, as a 2 or 3-year-old or whatever I was at the time, not going, well, where are all the reindeer and why, But yeah, I mean, again, it's just all part of building that. I feel a little bit like today's kids, and maybe because I don't have kids, I don't have that same, because the Elf on a Shelf came out, that little bastard, and to me it's like a magical thing. But then the kids go in the store and there's all the boxes of Elf on a Shelf, and what do you buy your Elf on a Shelf at Barnes and Noble? He doesn't just come to your house, whatever. And then having to keep up with that every year.
Although online people are pretty creative with it and do funny stuff with it. So
yeah, I mean, we've had some fun with him in the classroom. I do have to say though, the magic's not completely gone, because our reading specialist at school came and read Polar Express to my class last week. One day, and then a couple of days later, she came in with this box, and it was wrapped, in like brown paper. And she was like, I was just in the office, and there's this box on the counter that has Mrs. Rose's class written on it, and it's from Mr. C. And so, of course, they were just like, oh, it's Mr. C, that's Santa Claus. And the box, she said, well, that would explain why it's so cold, because she had taken the box and put it in the freezer.
Nice.
And so she's like, should we open it? And they were like, yeah. So she opened it up, and it was a bunch of bells, but she handed them out to the kids. They were all cold. And oh my God, like complete 100% believing it. Totally excited Santa had dropped this gift off for us.
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, it was really cool. It was really cool. So that was fun.
I used to love it when your dad did Santa at the Santa breakfast, because your dad was an awesome Santa Claus.
Yeah, the first time he ever did it, this little kid said she wanted a pony, and he was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, you can't tell the kids.
Great for the kids, not so great for the parents. But he was awesome at it, and he could have made so much bank doing it.
Yeah, he was good at it. But he really took the time with the kids. The line was always a little long, but he really took the time to like have a conversation with them.
But the way that worked, though, the reason that worked was because of Jill.
Yeah, my friend Jill, who was our school librarian, knew all the kids.
Yeah.
And so she would go up to him and say, this is so-and-so and so. So he would know their name when they came up. And I think, that was
part of the magic.
That was part of the magic.
Because she knew every single kid in the school's name by heart just by looking at them. It was kind of crazy, but
Yeah. So that was fun. All the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course our traditions today are a little different, but we do the touring we go light peeping.
Yeah, light peeping. This year we've already done, like I said, the KOA is a new thing because we didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
And it was a great show, actually. I liked it. We've gone with your mom and dad, and then we took Jennifer. And we
did 43rd Street at the oceanfront.
43rd, that's awesome. A good one to go to. We haven't gone, and maybe we'll do tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, that one on Great Neck.
Yeah. Melissa actually posted a picture from somebody. That's where the Randy.
Oh, it is.
Cousin Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Shitter's full.
Yeah, so we've got that. We'll do that maybe Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I got to get through 2 days of work. My voice, like I'm just sitting here, like my voice sounds so weird.
Yeah, you were worried.
I took a COVID test today because I was really kind of concerned.
Yeah.
About it, and I've had this kind of on and off sore throat and the sneezing, and
not necessarily
because you're shaking the camera. And just this morning I woke up with an earache. It's just been one little thing after another. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. Hope I have COVID so I don't have to work the next 2 days. No, I'm only kidding. I don't. Thankfully, it was negative. Which I kind of knew, but. Yeah, I think it's just from the amount of talking I've done in the last week at work.
Yeah.
And more talking than I'm used to doing. And so my throat's just like strained. It's kind of like when I first went back to virtual, back to in person.
The mic and everything.
Projecting through the mask. And I might have to go back to wearing that mic, and I hate it. But, it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm like, yesterday was really bad. Like my voice sounded awful in the morning. So anyway, those were just some of our favorite. I do remember a Christmas. My mom was the same way. My mom and dad. You could barely get in the room. The amount of gifts under the tree when I was a kid, and nothing went under the tree before we went to bed Christmas Eve. So it was like just the tree, and then you'd wake up in the morning to all of this, and everything was wrapped.
Where did they keep everything in the attic?
I don't even know where they did. I don't know. I wasn't one to snoop. My brother was, but I wasn't one to go snooping around. But when my sister and I would always share a room because her room was right off the living room. And so we would always bunk out in my room that night, Christmas Eve, and we'd be up all night, And I can remember the two of us getting up super early in the morning and peeking out. And the tree was always left on, and there were these two teddy bears. And so we went over and picked them up, and they started singing. We were like, oh, crap, because like we didn't want mom and dad to wake up at least until 4 a.m., But I don't know. I miss the excitement of it, the magic of it.
Yeah.
It definitely, when you're older, it doesn't have the same
pull,
the same magic to it.
Well,
and I guess if you have kids,
little,
like you would
when
relive
the kids
it.
were little, it was different. Like there was a couple times when the boys were here, when they were young, and we had to pull that off. We did the whole cookies, and we had your dad left footprints, boot prints with whatnot, because they decided they'd lay a trap and put flour at the base of the chimney and whatnot.
Yeah. So those are the good memories. So when we come back, we will do our top 5 Christmas tree ornaments.
Yep.
And then we will wrap it up with, I don't know, we'll find some TikTok.
We'll find the holiday TikTok.
Did you see the one I shared with you? I didn't send it to you, but I shared it with you through TikTok, the dog that got the zoomies.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really fun.
Yeah, that is nice.
So anyway, we will be back with that right after this. All right, so we're back. We have rigged up a little mobile webcam. So we're going to try this. I'm going to apologize for probably the fast movement of the video. But we are going to go through just some of our favorite ornaments on the tree. So Kevin is being my cameraman right now. And what we're going to do is our tree is spinning. So if you want to just turn and show them. This is our Christmas tree. Okay, and it turns. And so what we'll do is while it's turning, we'll just talk about some of our favorite ornaments.
Those are the ones for my mom and dad. We just added my mom, of course.
Yep. Those are our memorial ornaments for Arthur and Mary Ellen.
Yeah. We brought a set to my brothers, so they have some they have some too.
They're really pretty. They are pewter roses inside like a teardrop. So they're really sweet.
And there's Tilly.
There's our Tilly ornament.
And Chloe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all the representation of all the dogs. And Rick Grimes.
And there's Rick Grimes. Of course, he makes us, a spot on our tree. And then
there's your polar bear.
Yeah, my crystal. It's not really crystal. It's just a clear, plasticky crystal polar bear, which lights up. Hey, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go turn off the living room light? Maybe we'll get some pretty. There we go. That's a little bit better. This one right here, the Hatteras Lighthouse ornament, that means a lot to me. And Kevin Hatteras has just been a thing for us.
There's Cap. Team Cap all the way.
Right. One of Kevin's favorites, Captain America. Let's see. Coming around. We've got just all of our standard little fun ornaments. Oh, here's one. This we got when we were in Shenandoah the first time. It's an actual leaf from a tree in Shenandoah. So that's one of my favorites anyway.
This is a new classic. Jen brought this one. It's the deciding factor in what makes Kelly believe now that Die Hard is in fact a Christmas movie.
I don't believe I concede. It's different.
Yeah.
I am conceding to that being That's a Christmas ornament for sure. This ornament right here, that's the very first thing Kevin ever gave me. We had just met a couple months and he gave me that Feliz Navidad ornament.
This is my dream, to have a travel tree with these ornaments.
Yeah, that's the Incline Railway. Safari Park. We have a lot of travel ornaments. Here's Michael's edition this year. The Golden Snitch. Bring your camera up just a bit so we can see. There we go. From Harry Potter.
And then from my favorite movie, Jaws.
Jaws. That's a new edition this year too. Let's see. Oh, here, this one, if you can come down here. I handmade this one. I took a glass blowing workshop and I handmade that one. One of my favorites.
Did we get that at the drive-in?
We got this when we were in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, but it was after we went to the
drive-in. But it was after we went to the drive-in. Yep. Let's see. What else do we have? This is one of the great things about our tree rotating as it comes around. This is our 2020 ornament right here. Really pretty snowflake with 2020 in the middle. And the little branches of the snowflake say sucked. But you wouldn't know that unless you looked at it super close. If you can catch this little guy right in here. Those are so old. We have an ornament that just happens to be mine, but we have one for all of the Logans. I got them when I was a kid.
There's Libby and Dempsey.
Oh, Libby and Dempsey. Here's our engaged ornament when we got engaged. We got an ornament to put on our tree for that.
There's a Vicki Buchanan special right there.
Vicki Buchanan special, the alligator. She used to give the most creative ornaments. Remember I said we like our Irish Santas. So there's another Irish Santa. And we do have these lights out. It's such a bummer.
They give the tree depth.
That's going to be fixed next year. But, oh, here comes it. Well, we'll wait till it comes around. Oh, this one, Kevin. Can you get in there? That was one of my all-time favorite ornaments, this one right here.
Yeah.
Just the way it catches light.
We gave one to my mom, too, and she loved it.
Yep. So pretty. And then there's this little snow ice cube guy sledding. Always one of my favorites. We got this at Christmas Town.
And Santas.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cake from her wedding.
Yep.
There's Michael's little rat.
He's a little mouse. Little mouse.
A lot of Santas.
A lot of Santas.
A lot of stuff inside the tree.
And then coming around here, we've got our Jamestown Santa and a canoe. He's lost his oar. That's how old that ornament is.
Guitar from Nashville.
Oh, yeah, when we went to Nashville here. Let's see that a little bit better. Yep. So if you want to hand this to me, and I'm going to take it down low because, whoa, we have a lot of pretty ornaments that just kind of dangle inside the branches. You know, all the big ornaments are down here at the bottom. Whoa, there's that one. One of my favorites. There's another. Oh, that's a teacher Santa. Yep. We went crazy for these elm tree ornaments. Not elm tree. Oh my gosh, that's been years. Pier 1 ornaments a number of years ago. And we bought a bunch of them.
This one here is one of your dad's favorites.
That's one of Dad's favorites. Dad also likes any of the crystal ornaments. There's our American Angel. I think we got that one right after 9/11. That was given to me. Just anything that sparkles on a Christmas tree or even has an unusual shape. Those are like my favorite kind of things. Oh, and there's Rudolph. I mean, what's a Christmas tree without a Rudolph?
We got that the same year we got Captain America.
Yep. A Hallmark ornament. Here comes Incline Railway. Because you have to commemorate your first panic attack with a Christmas tree ornament.
That's right.
And so there it is right there. My very first panic attack.
Yeah. I really want to do a travel tree where it's all the travel ornaments.
We got a lot of these from your mom too.
Yeah.
The silver star ornaments. Dad likes the bells and things like that. All right, so
there's our tree.
Anyway, there's our Christmas tree.
There's our Christmas tree.
So,
and we hope everybody has a great Christmas, and that your tree, let us know what's on your tree that you love. Take pictures of your tree and put them on our comments, and talk about your Christmas traditions. Let us know what's going on. We love you guys. We hope that everybody has a very Merry Christmas, and next year we'll keep on keeping on, keep this going, and hope you enjoy.
All right, have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everybody.